guys, welcome back to Jack Hill's Castle. Today we're here with a fog machine.
We've got a new one. This is the FRG-400. So this is a 400 watt fog machine. And in the past, well, the last one we reviewed was the 1000 watt, the Hurricane 1000, the Chauvet DJ version.
So what's better, 1000 watt or?
Well, 1000 watts more powerful. It's going to shoot more fog.
But this...
How much more fog? I don't know, because I don't think we've ever had a 400 watt fog machine. Let's take it out of the box here and see what we've got. It's got just a simple on-off switch, which we'll probably want to switch to a timer. Otherwise, it's going to use up that fluid way too fast. I think we've got some somewhere. Yeah, I mean, look how tiny this little guy is.
Well, I guess it's good for portability.
Well, here's what I would hope would be that this maybe would be perfect for animatronics.
Yeah.
Like the goat that we have. I think what's it called? The Bubba.
Bubba, yeah.
The spirit dog in the doghouse. It uses a fog machine. For those little ones where you're not really trying to fill up a room, you're just trying to operate the animatronic. That's what I would hope these would be good for. So let me go ahead and fill this guy up. I do already have the Hurricane filled up, and I'm using the same fluid in both of them so we can kind of get a good look here. Let me fill this up, see if I can do it without making a big old mess.
I've always wanted a Froggy's fog machine and Froggy's fog fluid too.
We always have the fluid, but we've never had a Froggy's machine. This will be a first for us.
I'm excited to try it.
Me too. You would think it would work great with their own fluid. The only thing that concerns me about a smaller fog machine like this is the amount of fluid that it holds.
I bet it holds a decent. I bet it lasts a while.
Because the main thing we do with these, is Halloween night, so we need it to keep going without having to constantly.
I bet it lasts a while.
I think it might. We'll see here. So, real quick before we actually let me get it plugged in so we can start warming up, and then should we give them a close-up look real quick at it?
I think we should.
You can see on the back here, you've got the power cord here at the bottom. It's not removable like they are on some of them. Up here, you've got the controller, which you can either use the button controller, which, where's that at, Jackson? Do you have it around here? Bring that over here. Or you can use a timer controller, like we hooked up with it. You have the one it came with. Yeah, the one it came with is just this simple button with a light on it, on or off. That's about it. And I guess if you left it on, just as it reheated, it would keep coming on. But I think you'd burn through a ton of fluid that way. And then over here, you can see it's got the level indicator to show you how much is in there. Ours is full, so you can't really see difference there.
I think generally it's a lot of the same stuff on the back. Even on this other one.
Yeah. The only difference with the other one that is nice is the tank lights up. So it is like really easy to see the level. This one, I don't think it says how much it holds. Over here, it looks like the top of this one is 250 milliliters. And it kind of tells you as you're going. Then let's see, on the side here, everything's pretty standard. Your adjustable, hanger handle here. And then here's a little look at the front of it. The only concern is the size of the nozzle. Some of the props these days have little clamps that attach to these. I've got one here, so we'll see if it's an issue. You can see how this one works. This came with the two-headed goat, and we've used it on this one plenty of times. It expands on there just fine. So the question is whether or not it'll hook on here the same.
It is way smaller.
Is way smaller. Oh, yeah, look, this thing's, it's adjustable. The little clamps kind of adjust and swivel onto there. It fits just fine. I don't think we're going to have any trouble at all. The only thing we might need is more clamps for some of our other props, because some of the older ones I don't think had these kind of fancy clamps on them. But it'll work for our goat, and that's what we're most concerned about this year. Okay, so we got it plugged in. We gave you a close-up look at it. Basically, we timed it, and it was about between 3 and 4 minutes for this little guy to warm up and get ready to go. We did also plug in a timer. The on-off switch is just not going to do us much good, on Halloween. We just don't really operate our smoke machines that way. if we constantly sit there and hit that button, this thing's going to run out of fluid in no time. So we decided this was the way to go. Should we give this guy a test run?
I think we should.
All right. Should you want to shoot it this way, or do we aim it at the camera? How do you want to do it?
This way.
This way. Okay. Let's see how long it'll go. Okay, so that is almost dead on 30 seconds is how long it'll go before it needs to reheat.
That's pretty decent for like full going.
Yeah, so we'll give it a minute here. I believe I had heard it takes right around, I don't know, 50 seconds, a minute to reheat. We'll see how it goes. But 30 seconds isn't too bad, and it's more than enough time to run with one of the props that we're looking to hook this up to.
I think it is, yeah.
Now, the big question is how that's going to compare to a 1,000-watt machine. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking this will take longer to heat up, but I'm thinking this and this will have the same fog. I don't know.
You think? Because it does. Like, we use this one a lot. And that one, that's a lot of fog pumping out of this tiny little machine.
That's why I think they're about the same.
We will not run this one until it stops because it will almost never stop.
Yeah.
I think if you really push it, it'll take a minute, take it a few seconds to reheat, but for the most part, it'll just keep going. So why don't you hit it and let's see how it compares. Yeah, see, that looks very similar to me, output-wise.
Yeah, it does.
All right, I think you can let that go. Okay, so I do want to say this did light back up. It does take, I'm thinking that's pretty accurate, 50 seconds a minute to reheat.
I think it is about.
Which isn't bad at all, especially, if we're hooking it up to a prop, because you only trigger that prop every so often on Halloween.
Yeah,
so I
I
think
agree.
that will be perfect. Okay, so I think the best thing we could do here is run these things side by side and see if they look any different. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
You don't want to hit the button again, do you?
No, I do. I want to hit both.
Wait, you hit? Oh, God. Okay.
3,
2, 1.
I think it's about the same.
It looks identical to me. So what this kind of tells me is maybe my understanding of fog machines was a little wrong. Again, and I've had people on other fog machine videos kind of shake their head at me because I didn't know this or I didn't know that. We are not DJs. We are Halloween night and maybe Dracula's Castle video fog machine users. We are not experts. So we're all just learning as we do these reviews.
I was generally right about what the difference was.
I think you were very right. I think the watts of the fog machine doesn't necessarily affect the output. I think what it affects is the amount of time you can run the fog machine to fill the yard or the room with fog. This will run for a far shorter time without having to reheat than a 1,000-watt will. And this one heats up when you're ready to use it far faster.
But this one's way more expensive.
It is, but I think it depends on use. When this is the one we'll use to fill the front yard with fog because it can keep going, it can go longer.
The other ones will fill the yard too, but
only in short bursts.
Yeah.
So I think that's the big wattage difference.
Yeah.
Is for the heater and how quickly the heater works, which
think
I didn't know. So this was a learning experience. I think the best test, though, even though we've shown you all that, is to show you how they actually work for someone that uses them the way we're going to.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, it's Halloween. We're going to take these things out front for the evening. We are going to hook them up to a goat, our two-headed goat. We'll let it run all night, and we'll show you how it works.
We'll
the other one, I'm not sure exactly where we'll put it. Maybe we have some toxic waste barrels out front this year. Maybe we'll put one in a toxic waste barrel.
Cool.
So we'll kind of use them that way. We'll show you how they look out in the field, and we'll tell you what we thought afterwards.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
I like that.
Good plan?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. So we've got the fog machine on the goat out here. He's been going all night long. And he's been doing a great job.
Yeah.
Here he comes. It's worked perfectly. We've been out here, I don't know, what time is it now? Let's see.
About 8:45.
8:45. We got out here about 6:30.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
So it's been going quite a while. We haven't refilled it. It's doing great. I think they're going to be absolutely perfect for using with the props.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree.
Success?
Yes.
Okay, so they worked awesome.
They did, yeah.
Did you have any complaints at all?
No.
No, I didn't either. When they're in those props, they don't run often enough that we kept running out of fluid or anything. I think it's the perfect small fog machine to add to your animatronics, or
I think so. It worked really well.
or something to stick in one of those toxic waste barrels. We're like we said before, you're not trying to use it to fill the whole yard with fog. It's more of an accent.
Yeah.
But I couldn't be happier with it. I think the two of these that we have will be perfect for our yard.
I think they will.
So, whenever we end up with a new fog machine, I think this was our third review, we'll be back. Keep an eye out for it. Please like and subscribe.
Bye.